Hello, everybody. Very lovely to see you all. Happy 18th of March, halfway through March already. Goodness. I apologize for my voice today. I've had flu most of this week and I am just recovering from it, but I thought I would still do this because I wanted to see you all. If you're watching live or on replay, please do let me know. It'd be lovely to see who you are. So today we're going to be talking about the most common scaling mistakes. Scaling up a business is not the easiest thing in the world to do. There are so many risks, so many uncertainties involved that it can be really difficult for a business owner to know if they're doing things properly or not. Hi, Kate. I do sound a bit croaky, I know. Sorry. The 6 scaling mistakes listed that I'm going to go through are really the most common ones that businesses make when trying to scale up their business, giving you an idea of what not to do as your company grows. So one is waiting to choose the right legal structure. So you need to choose the right legal structure for your business, whether you're going to be a sole trader or a limited company. If you wait too long, it can be really difficult or almost impossible to change your company's legal structure if needed in the future. It may also lead to a lot of unnecessary complications and expenses, including paying extra tax and things like that. Number 2 is having too many products or services to manage. Now, this is what a lot of my clients have done in the past, is when you first launch your company, it's really best to keep things as simple and straightforward as you possibly can. Adding an awful lot of products or services at once can really create a huge amount of unnecessary complications for your business, for yourself, but especially if you're not actually able to handle them all well enough. Concentrate on 1 or 2 to start with. Make sure that those are working really, really well for you and then scale up. Not implementing the right systems and structures. This is absolutely key. You really need to build the business that you want before you actually start to have it, if that makes any sense. This means putting in the right systems, the right structures, all in place so that those foundations are so solid that when you do grow, that there's no wobble, there's nothing wrong going on. You need to make sure that the kinds of skills and resources that you'll need as your company grows, such as your personnel, with the right skill set, etc., or a bigger budget for marketing. It's also really important to look at scalable software solutions. So making sure that whatever software you're using can cope with whatever it is that you're trying to scale up to. Relying on informal agreements. I have to mention this because it is really key, but for the majority of people, it doesn't really make much difference. But when you're starting out, it can be really tempting to rely on informal agreements that are just based on trust. Your credibility will suffer hugely if things don't work out as expected because of misunderstandings or unrealistic expectations about what those kind of agreements entail. So if any of my potential clients come on with me, they have to sign a letter of engagement. I mean, they have to do that anyhow because I'm an accountant, and therefore they need to do that to make sure that they're getting the right service and that I'm giving them all the right information that they need. But it's best to build a really formal structure for that business. So any sort of agreement that you're going into with anybody, whether it's a partner, whether it's a director, whether it's just the clients that you're working with, makes no difference. Make sure that you've got some sort of terms and conditions. Number 5 is conservative spending estimates. Excuse me. When you're growing a business, it's really easy to be too conservative when you're on your spending estimates. However, there will always be costs that you've forgotten to factor in and unforeseen expenses all along the way. So it's best to overestimate your spending needs to make sure that you'll have enough money at the end of each month. Otherwise, your cash flow will really suffer, and this can hugely impact your ability to scale up in the future. Number 6 is trying to do it all yourself. It's great to be ambitious, but it's also really important to realize what your limits are. If you try to do everything on your own when the business expands, then this is going to create a lot of stress and pressure for yourself that could really affect your performance in other areas as well. Learning how to delegate work really frees up your time, but it's a skill that you need to learn. Many business owners are actually quite reluctant to hire a consultant or an advisor because they see it as an additional cost that isn't actually strictly necessary, almost a bit of a luxury. However, hiring a consultant is actually one of the smartest things that you can do for your business, since they will help you identify what the problems are before they come out of control. And they'll help you find solutions that are tailored specifically to you and your needs and your business needs. A really good consultant or advisor will also set an example for you and hold you accountable. And the accountability is really, really key. But it will also give you the confidence in your own ability to lead that business to wherever it is that you're wanting to go. So in summary, these 6 scaling mistakes can really be detrimental when you're trying to grow your business. And it's very important that all 6 mistakes can be directly related to an unwillingness to invest time and money into your business. If you want to scale up, you need to shift your mindset and get ready to go all in, rather than being a bit half-hearted about business growth and things. It may sound quite harsh, but this is what will make all the difference to your life and take you to where you really want to be. If you need help getting to that stage, working out how you're going to scale, etc., then please do contact me. Have a look at my website. It's all being redone at the moment. It's very exciting. So that I'm obviously still doing all of the accountancy work, but I'm really concentrating on the mentoring side. So if there's anything I can do to help you, please do come along, look at the testimonials, see what other people are saying, and I'd love to see you. Thank you. And hopefully next week actually it will be recorded, because I am going to Portugal on Thursday on the condition that I can actually still speak. So next week will be recorded, but I will see you the week after, and it will be April then. Thank you. Bye.